Studies have shown that an essential characteristic of excellent leaders is the characteristic of persistence. The ability to stick with something when everything inside of you is saying, give up, quit, let it go, let it step aside. But something inside of you tenaciously holds on to that thing and does not quit. There's a buzzword that's come out and lots of people talk about it today. It's called grit, G-R-I-T. And grit is having that tenacity to never give up no matter what. When I was in graduate school many, many years ago, I remember being so overwhelmed by the course load that I was taking. In fact, I was taking a foreign language that I was struggling with. I was also so dirt poor because I couldn't have a full-time job because of the extent of my studies. I was sick and tired of barely being able to pay my bills. I was tired of all of the constant studying while watching many of my friends get ahead out in the corporate world. And there were many a days that I just wanted to give up. On one of those days, I remember calling my dad. And he got on the other end of the phone and I said, Dad, I just want to quit. It's just too hard. It's not worth it. I'll never forget what he said to me. Fred, let me teach you this little line. Yard by yard, it's hard, but inch by inch, it's a cinch. That little ditty got so ingrained in me that there is not a day that in some way, some form, when I run up against an obstacle and I want to give my power to the barrier instead of digging through and finding a solution, wanting to quit instead of being collaborative and creative. What has gotten me through so many of those moments, those tipping point moments, is when I said, you know, stop. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. You can do this. You may be facing a difficult goal right now. You may be just around the bend in terms of reaching your destination. The easy thing is to throw your hands up, give into the path of least resistance, and just say, I give up. Those leaders who make the greatest impact for good are those leaders who take those big projects and instead of focusing on the largeness of the journey, they focus on one step at a time. Many years ago, there was a gentleman who was celebrated for running every single day without fail for 30 years, 10 miles every day. They talked about him running behind the trash haulers and following in their tire tracks on those days that they had a blizzard up there in northeast Massachusetts. Someone said, how did you do it? How did you run 30 years and never miss a day? I loved his response. I simply went left, right, left, right, left, right. Don't ever underestimate how critically important the power of grit is. The ability to stick with something and to stay with a task until it gets completed. Starting off one step at a time, that is how great things get done. It's the power of grit. Inch by inch, it's a cinch, but yard by yard, it's hard.